Through a friend of mine, whose father-in-law was a former police officer with the Edmonton Police Service, who was doing some investigative work for personal injury lawyers here in Alberta. He gave me the name of Grover Law Firm that this individual had done some investigative work for. So I gave Steve a call. He set up a meeting. I went down, and things were so different dealing with him than it was with the previous personal injury lawyer that I have. I brought with me the results of my MRI. I explained to Steve the circumstances of my accident. I told him that the symptoms that I was continuing to experience, and that I had some serious concerns that these may be permanent injuries that I'll have to deal with. So Steve was very interested in my case. He took the time to explain what my options were, what a personal injury lawyer does for a client. He took the time to explain the entire process to me, and certainly emphasizing that this is not something that is resolved overnight when you take civil action against somebody. This could be going on for 3 or 4 years. But he certainly gave me all the confidence that I needed to move ahead with this. And he really explained all the various steps that were going to be involved, what he would be doing, what types of examinations I would be subjected to. He would be referring me to medical experts to get their opinion and do assessments. This was all part of the requirements necessary when representing the best interests of a client. I left the meeting with Steve. We signed the appropriate documentation to formalize his representation of me in this matter. I went home feeling fully confident that my best interests were going to be protected by Steve and his colleagues. And I think that's critical when this happens to somebody in a circumstance like I went through, is you don't want to be concerned about the legal issues associated with your particular case. You're under enough stress dealing with the potential long-term health effects that the injury has sort of brought into your life. So having Steve represent me greatly reduced the stress I was under. I left it in his hands, and over the 3 or 4 years it took before we reached settlement, Steve basically held my hand for the entire time, and we had a successful resolution to my case. I don't think I could have done it without Steve and his colleagues. They certainly took a big load off my mind at the time, and as a result, I still have some ongoing post-concussive symptoms, and but it's not something that terribly bothers me to a great extent. Steve certainly looked after my best interests, and that was a great stress relief at the time.